It was a warm morning and the sun rose beautifully behind the lake. Archie and her cousins were all at Papa Hadi's house. Papa Hadi was their grandfather and they were very excited to spend time with him and with each other during the Easter holidays. They loved Papa Hadi's stories almost as much as he loved telling them. This morning, he went with them to his beautiful garden. He had prepared a story and an adventure to share with them. In his garden, he had hidden 4 colorful eggs. Inside each egg, there was an amazing surprise. Once he said, "Go!" Archie and her cousins ran through the garden searching for the eggs. Archie found the first egg and she ran to Papa Hadi to show him. He was to reveal the surprise, and it was a beautifully decorated green egg. Papa Hadi cracked it open and revealed a folded script that he read to them.
A long time ago, God made the world and everything in it. He said, "Let there be light," and there was. He made the sky up high, the land and the seas. He made the moon and the sun, the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky. Then he made people, Adam and Eve, then all the animals that roam the earth. God walked with Adam and Eve in the garden where everything was beautiful and good. He gave them a very important job to take care of each other and all that he had created for as long as they lived. A job Adam and Eve promised to do to honor God.
Papa Hadi paused. It was the end of his first story. They needed to find another egg that had his second story. But before they went hunting, he dipped his hand into his pocket and brought out 3 green minty chocolates. Those were for Archie. Congratulations, Archie, for finding the first story. All the kids headed back into the garden, running to find the other eggs. They wanted to hear more of the story and hopefully get some more chocolates. It was not long before Archie's cousin, Kare, found the second egg. This one was yellow in color. They quickly ran back to Papa Hadi and sat around him. He cracked the shell and pulled out another scroll, which he read to them in delight.
Adam and Eve were the first people to be created, but not the last. Soon after, there were many people living on earth. They had everything that they ever needed, but they got greedy. They wanted more. They wanted more wealth and more power. So, under leaders like one of them named Ahab, they created their own idols to worship. Idols like golden calves that looked like the things they wanted and made of the precious gems and gold that they loved. They forgot about God and his love and all that he had given to them.
Papa Hadi paused again. It was the end of his second story. They needed to find yet another egg that had his third story. But again, before they set out to hunt, he dipped his hand into his pocket and brought out 3 yellow pineapple creamy biscuit boxes. Those were for Kare. Congratulations, Kare, for finding the second story. Who will find the next one? All the kids ran back to the garden again to find another egg. They wanted to know what happened next in Papa Hadi's story. They also wanted more gifts. And it was not long before another one of Archie's cousins, Wakesho, found the third egg. This one was black and blue in color. They quickly ran back to Papa Hadi and sat around him. He cracked the shell and pulled out yet another scroll and read it to them, this time seriously.
Greed had changed the people and the world. People were no longer loving and following the lead of God, their Creator. They were fighting and robbing each other to get more wealth and more power. They were no longer taking care of the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, or the animals around them. They had broken their promise to God. And there was chaos and suffering. The world was no longer as beautiful as God had created it to be. They had to change, and if they did not change their ways, it would only get worse. God sent prophets to warn the people of this, but many of them did not listen.
Papa Hadi paused yet again. It was the end of his third story. What happened next, they asked. Papa Hadi said they had to find the fourth and final egg in order to find out. Before they ran to find it, he dipped his hand into his pocket and brought out 3 blue creamy cones. They were for Wakesho. Congratulations for finding the third story. Who will find the next one? They wondered. All the children headed back to the garden. They really wanted to know how Papa Hadi's story would end. They also wanted even more gifts. All the children headed back to the garden. They really wanted to know how Papa Hadi's story would end. They also wanted even more gifts. And it was not long before Emmanuel, another cousin, found the fourth egg. This one was red and white in color. They quickly ran back to Papa Hadi and sat around him. He cracked the shell and pulled out the last scroll, which he read to them.
After a while, the world became quiet. No more prophets spoke. People's greed for power and wealth kept growing, and this meant there was more pain and suffering in the world. Soon, people felt lost. They needed God, but the love of God that had guided them felt so far away from them. The teachings of God that they had not obeyed could no longer guide them. They wondered, had God forgotten about us? But God loved the world and He wanted to save His creation. He decided to send His Son, Jesus, on a mission. He sent Jesus to teach the people about who He is. You see, God is love. God is kindness. God is obedience. And God is everything beautiful. This is what He wanted His creation to be as well. He sent Jesus to heal those who had suffered and forgive those who had sinned. He sent Jesus to teach people how to love and how to obey God as their Father. He also sent Jesus with a new message, a new promise. If they believed in Jesus and followed His teachings, they will never suffer again or perish. They will be rewarded with a beautiful life forever and ever. Some people were still greedy and did not want to listen to Jesus, just like they had refused to listen to the prophet. So they nailed Him to a cross. They thought that would be the end, but it was not. 3 days after that, Jesus rose again. And He not only brought hope to the world, but shown that true hope never dies. Since then, every year, for millions of years, we celebrate Easter. It is the time that we remember how much God loved the world that He sent His only Son, Jesus. We remember the sacrifice Jesus made to be nailed to a cross to teach people about love and hope. Most importantly, we remember that greed leads to sin, and sin leads to destruction. It can make the world dark instead of beautiful. We should always be like God, as Jesus taught us. Seek forgiveness when we sin and keep the hope in us alive. What a wonderful morning it had been. Papa Hadi reached into his pocket and pulled out red berry lollipops for Emmanuel. Congratulations, Emmanuel, on finding the final egg. As if that was not enough, Papa Hadi brought out a whole bag of treats for his grandchildren. They laughed and they danced and they shared the treats. What a lovely Easter holiday it was.